I have my roots here. I was born and raised in Hyderabad. And at that time, it was all just one state. Doesn't matter. The state boundaries don't separate us, right? We're all one, okay? And so, I do want to give you a little story about how Vijayawada is special for me. And this thought I shared only with Mallikarjuna Garu last time. Just like how he was emotional, I think I might also break down, but bear here with me and get that while I get the PowerPoint up. Late 1940s, around the time of the independence time, my father, there was all power cut and everything else. Well before I was born, I didn't know Vijayawada would be that special. His brother, which is my uncle, was lost. I mean, he ran away from home. So through all that thing, he walked across Vijayawada train station to look for him because there were reports that he was here somewhere. And in the middle of that, he fell because there was no lights. I think there was the time of the independence. He fell into a coal pit. And till today, I will just tell you in a minute, he fell into the coal pit and then he could not come out. And so till today, the biggest mystery for us, at least for me, when he narrated that incident, my father is no more. He died in 2001. But where I'm going with this, you'll get to know. There was an engine which was pulling back. I mean, I'm not sure if you still have the coal engines, but it comes down and dumps the coal in the pit. So he's in the pit. He can feel the engine coming, and pretty soon the coal will be all over him. Okay? I don't think he would have survived. I don't think I would have been here. Right? So, we still don't know how. There was a hand which picked him up, and he was out of the pit. Till today we don't know who that person is, how it is. All I will say is the hand of God. God has a purpose. Right? Yeah. So what I'm trying to tell you is, in our walk of life, as long as you're true to yourself, you're true in your spirit. I've come through a very humble beginning. I'm not all what, I'm not angry. I'm just like one of you. No difference at all. But in your walk, be truthful, be humble, let it never get to your head, and then we just do what's right for each other, for our brothers and sisters, for the country, and then we move on. The rest of the things will follow. Sometimes it won't. It is all in God's timing. Alright? So that's what I would say. So, I know it might be a little difficult for the people from the back, but what we had started was what we call as an emerging talent program. In 2014, actually a little bit before that, when I took over all of India in this business, I had to go outside the boundaries, and Sri Bhuvaneshwar was a dear friend of mine, and I said, I'm looking for a college, not in one of the main cities, okay, somewhere where I can go back to my roots, okay, and give an opportunity for students to progress further into a premier corporation like Oracle. Okay, I don't need to sell Oracle. Oracle sells itself. Okay, so that was the journey that I embarked on. So from there, we made it a point every year for us to visit this college, do the preliminary selection. I mean, the selection process is a little rigorous. I'm pretty sure Srivatsan will go over that. And as I go through the strategy, Oracle strategy, in terms of what's out into the future. Next slide, please. Next one. What I'm going to go over is Oracle in India, and then the software industry trend and direction. Srivatsan Garu will do it, and a little bit more on Oracle and the functional services. Most important, towards the end, I would like to take a few question and answers, so my interaction can be one-on-one, okay? Alright, next slide. So, that slide specifically talks about Oracle as a software company. What are some of the software trends that's going on across the industry, okay? The top left quadrant talks about security and privacy. More and more in the news, you see data getting compromised, data getting bought and sold for money, and everything gets compromised. So that is a serious challenge in the software industry. Secondly, as there is a growth in the entire culture and the automation and where the technology shift is happening, we're also finding appropriately, even though there is automation, we still need a lot of qualified resources. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit on that. So there's no time to look at, patching applications, upgrading the applications, taking it to the next generation. I'm not going to go over every one of that. When you look at investments in CapEx, in capital investments, capital expenditures, there is a cap. There's only so much you can do. So therefore, how does IT and the IT industry scale? How do we grow when there's limited money? Okay, that's a huge challenge across all businesses. Okay, they don't want to spend that much money, but they want to be in the cutting edge of technology. Okay, so let me jump into the next one. So that is where we are today in the industry, software industry. Next. So I spoke a little bit on the key challenges that are going on from an industry standpoint. This is a survey that we did between 2015 and 2016. Lack of resources and expertise in the cloud, in the cloud industry, running software in the cloud, is a huge one. That's a huge challenge, cited by 32% of the industry. Okay, so we're going to talk a little more and how you as students are going to get prepared to meet that challenge. All right, next slide. I'm going to talk a little on Oracle in India. Okay, what is our presence here? Where have we gone? Early this year, February, our CEO, Safra Katz, came to India and unveils the largest Oracle campus outside of US in Bangalore. In addition to that, there are 9 regional software and technology innovation centers. The announcement was that. And also announces to train more than 500,000, that is 5 lakh local students each year. That's the promise that our CEO, Safra Katz, has made to this country. And how that goes on, the 5 lakh students will be all across India, how the training will go. In addition to that, we are not new to India. Oracle has been in India for 25 years. In addition to that, $400 million of investments are going to be done, are going to be made. Over 40,000 employees are currently on our staff. And as I was telling you about the new campus, the largest campus outside of the US, 2.8 million square feet. That's the campus we're building. Okay, so there is a future. We are here for good, and we're looking for help from you folks, the students. Okay, so thank you so much. So the next slide, the same 40,000 is spread across different groups within Oracle. So we have cloud services, we have global finance, we have product support, we have product development, everything, all facets of the business and the industry will all be, largely enhanced from India. We'll continue to invest into India, into those areas. All right, next slide. I think what I do at this point is go back one more slide up, one up. Previous slide. Thank you. And so, so with that, what I'd like to do is, I'm pretty sure there's a introduction for Srivatsan Santana, and as soon as that is right, I'll bring Srivatsan on the side. Again, thank you. We will take questions at the end. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for enlightening our students with the PowerPoint presentation, and also how Oracle is going to provide employment to all the students of India who are eligible, who are skilled. Okay, that's what the point you have to note, students, dear students. Skilled students, skilled graduates are always employable in good companies. And now, before I invite Santanam Garu for his message, let me invite Ms. Deepika of MBA department to introduce the profile of Santanam Garu. Thank you very much.
Good morning to all. Srivatsan Santanam is a seasoned IT executive with over 25 years of experience in the industry. Currently, a senior director for Oracle Managed Cloud Services responsible for customer management for some strategic customers in the North America, and additionally, a global role in managing the Managed Cloud Services business. Sri Santanam has been with Oracle for over 23 years and has played in multiple key roles within Oracle, including Oracle Consult